All right. So I'm going to be taking you through 3 tasks that I want you to do. And then once you complete the task, I just want you to stop what you're doing and just like relax. And then I'll tell you the next task. And then that's how we're going to be going through this. So the first thing that I want you to do, imagine that you wanted to submit a story on this website. How would you go about doing that?
Um, I'd probably click up here.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, no, up here.
Okay.
Do I click it?
Yeah. Just
Oh,
do whatever you want
well,
to do.
yeah, I'll
Do
click that.
and continue until you actually complete the task of submitting the story, and just like share your thoughts while you're doing that as well.
Okay. I can do that. What do you mean? Like I'm saying what I would do?
Just say what you would do while you're doing it. So actually do whatever you're gonna say. So your task right now is to submit a story.
Okay. Well, is this supposed to do something? Because I am clicking it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Why
Oh.
would why? Okay. Yeah. Just like share your thoughts on everything while you're doing it.
I mean, I probably would have clicked this one because it seems like the initials for, I don't know. Either it's like the title of the app or like initials of whoever's using it. So, I mean, if I would assume that it was initials, I would click it. And maybe if there was like a profile thing, you could do like submit a story from there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd see why this was one too, because it's the menu thing. And then submit a story. Do I do this?
Mm-hmm.
All four. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, my go-to was this one, but I also thought it might have been this one. But I thought if I clicked this one, it would probably go to like settings or contact us. Or...
Okay. Um. So you got through the first part. Just like a little reminder, if you could just like literally everything, anything that you're thinking, just like blurt it out while you're doing it. Um.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's bring you into the shoes of the administrator for this website, and your job is to go through different stories and either accept them or deny them to be published on the actual site. So, how would you go about doing that review process?
Being an administrator, does it mean you have like administrator access to this whole thing? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Well, I mean, assuming that like these are the stories, I guess just let's click one. Mm, I don't know. I guess just read each one and then decide whether or not they're good.
Okay. Um.
Is there? Let me see. Oh, I guess stories would just take you back here. You'd have to like review them before they're posted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Then I guess just go through them and then um decide which ones are good and which ones aren't.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of help. So,
Yeah.
there is an actual login process that you would have to go through in order to get to the administrative side of the site. Um, and it's not really that accessible just because it's not meant to be by the average user because there's really only one person. So if you open up the side menu and you look
Yeah.
at the bottom,
Oh, I see. Okay.
yeah, this isn't really functional because you're basically already here.
Yeah.
So you basically
Okay.
completed the task.
Sorry, I'm not an admin.
No, you're okay. It's just okay. So let's say you wanted to navigate to read a full story as a regular user. How would you go about doing that?
Wait, say one more time.
Let's say you're just a regular user. You're not an administrator anymore. How would you go about just reading a story that somebody posted?
Um, Probably just going to home and scrolling through these, or going to the stories, like doing most read or most recent, or searching.
Are you there?
Mhm. You said about reading stories, right? If I was just a regular user, how I would go about reading the story?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess just either go to home and scroll through these, or view all, and then do either the most read or most recent. Um, yeah, and then just read other stories.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right. Okay, so I guess we're done. Those were just the three tasks that I wanted you to do. Um, so I noticed you were having issues with the icon on top left. Is that just because they're letters? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I would assume that it was something out, like, but I don't know what RS is, like, if it's supposed to be like name of the app or something.
yeah, so it's a website, and RS is like just the abbreviation for refugee stories. So maybe having the two letters isn't
Mhm.
sufficient enough to work as like a logo. Sorry,
Yeah, I think. What do you?
sorry, you're cutting out a
What?
lot. I didn't catch anything that you said. You cut out a lot.
Hold on, let me see. Okay, I think I'm okay now, or not. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I said that whoever like would be using the app, I guess they would assume that it was the RS app, so they probably wouldn't be like struggling with this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't know. I think usually in other apps that I use, this area is like maybe like a profile icon, and then you kind of click. Um,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, I just didn't know what RS was, so I mean, if I knew I was using the RS and I opened it up, I probably wouldn't intend to click that just because.
Okay. And you also were having issues with the administrative side. I feel. Well, why were you having issues with that?
I I didn't see this.
Okay. Do you
Yeah.
think if you were an administrator, do you think that's
Mhm.
an issue that it's a little bit less accessible?
Um, Probably not. I mean, I think at first I also didn't click this because the question was just you reading the stories and reviewing them.
Mm-hmm.
So for some reason, I was thinking like, oh, if you just read them, I don't know, but I mean, maybe not, because I mean, it's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the placement is fine. I think I just wasn't thinking about it hard enough.
Okay. And okay, so when opening up the hamburger menu, do you think it was strange having the menu come in from the left side, or how do you usually see that interaction unfold, or from the right side? Sorry.
Um, no, I think it's usually from the right side. Um, I don't know. Usually, I think this side is like, um, everything having to do with like the app, and then like if this was something, it would be like your profile or um like security settings and stuff. But
Okay, so
this is fine.
it doesn't feel awkward or anything, the way that it's functioning right now.
No.
Okay. Um, and while reviewing submissions for the story, how was there any other information that you would expect to see?
For the reviewing things?
Yeah, yeah, for being an administrator.
Um, no, I don't think so. Seems pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, sorry, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Hmm.
Okay, sorry. I'm back. Okay. Um, during the submission process, was there any extraneous information you don't think was necessary? So while you were submitting a story, did you feel like maybe this isn't that important to have in here?
Um, mm, no, I don't think so. No, I think it's kind of necessary if you're writing a like a newspaper or something.
Mm-hmm. This isn't a newspaper. It's like stories that anybody could share, just about being a refugee.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay. Do you think uploading images should be necessary on here?
Um, no, I don't think so. If it's just for everybody to submit stories, then nah, probably not.
Okay.
I mean, it's an app revolving around the stories, so I don't know.
And how easy was it to navigate like back to the home screen on any given page?
Oh, it's easy. Just click home.
And the stories page features two sort options. Would you like to see more?
Sure.
Sorry, did you feel like those were the two options that would make the most sense for you as a user going through it? Or are they just a bit the two options that it gave you? How what were your opinions on those two options
Wait, two options for what now?
for the stories page?
Oh, you mean like this and then oh, you mean like the most read and most recent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would usually do if I was reading like papers or like if I was reading comments or something.
Is there any other options that you think would make more sense or would make sense here? Or do you think those two would be the best options for a sort feature?
Um yeah, I think those two would probably be the best. You could maybe add like a filter thing for dates maybe, but I
Okay.
mean I think it's pretty okay like that. I think most people that would go in looking for this stuff would use either of those. So,
Okay. So what are your thoughts about just like the whole site as a whole in general?
um, it's good. It's easy to navigate. Except for the admin thing. But I think that was just me because I didn't see it. But yeah, and it's easy to get back to the homepage. Um,
Okay.
yeah, all the essentials are there.
All right. Is there any like questions that you had for me?
Uh, no, I don't think so.
Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and stop recording then. It should be all set.